So here's the deal. If you put a clicker on your bow, it repeats your draw length, but what draw length? What body position?
Fair.
I've seen people using clickers and they're all hinged up and they make a good movement and they're accurate, but they're missing the skeletal alignment.
I want to add something, and we may use this in the video or not, or for a different video, but
Okay.
I took Joel Turner's course,
Yeah.
and we ended up putting a clicker on my bow.
Yep.
And the thing I loved about the clicker was I got a consistent draw length.
Correct.
Which meant that my up and downs were very consistent.
Correct.
But other than that, I hated that thing. And I think, I don't know, maybe some people share my sentiments. So my desire for this is twofold. One, what you just described in far better terms than I could, but also I want to gain back the draw consistency. Right. Is that something that I can expect also from a
Yes.
trigger?
Yeah, with proper coaching, what we learn is that we build this holding position on ends of ranges of movement. We're going to simply, as we're drawing the bow, coil the body sideways till we hit a soft stop. I call it a soft stop because I can go further, but my front shoulder is going to come out and I'm going to stretch that whole rotator cuff. So if I just coil into a soft stop, I hit an end of range of movement. And what it does is it not only repeats a position, but it gives us alignment, because once I hit that soft stop, this shoulder, and that front hand are all in one line. So I have skeletal alignment on the front half of the shot.
Yeah.
On the back half of the shot, I am drawing the bow using my back muscles till I hit a place where the shoulder blade is fully retracted. It sets my draw length. And then I do a movement called transfer to holding. I set any remaining tension to an end of range of movement. I'm going to create the draw force, so I'm going to raise this bow, keeping my shoulders low. I'm going to coil into this holding position, find my anchor, finish my coil, and transfer to hold. Now I'm just going to start pressing at the target while I'm pressing my back tension. Stay in there. Oh, it broke while I was talking. It triggered my shot. When I do that, I replicate my draw length because I'm building alignment at the length of my skeletal structure side to side, and it's an absolutely repeatable draw length. And all the powder's in the gun. I've got all the draw length my body gives me from this end of range of movement and this end of range of movement.
So ideally, we want to get this to set up where it's the only place that's going to click.
That's the only place that you should shoot from. If you know how to set up your holding position, you can have a repeatable draw length without a clicker. So here's the deal. If you put a clicker on your bow, it repeats your draw length, but what draw length? What body position?
Fair.
I've seen people using clickers and they're all hinged up and they make a good movement and they're accurate, but they're missing the skeletal alignment. So there's advice I give to that. Like, if you build it at these ends of range of movement, there's not enough movement to make it click and you end up shoulder pulling and damaging your shoulder. Clickers are awesome. I'm not saying they aren't. As a hunter, we just don't like them because you got this string hanging up in the brush and other things. It's a little complex. It's harder to set up. With a grip trigger, the advantage is that if we know how to set up our holding position, we're going to replicate our draw length anyway, right? And if we're increasing tension to that click, that it's going to break at the same draw length and same intensity every time. With a limb-mounted clicker, it does train specific draw lengths. It makes the shot go off at the same draw length. But here's the problem. You have to leave movement into the shot. So if I come into a holding position with transfer to holding, put the clicker click inside the transfer to holding movement. So we're going to have less than ideal position when the shot breaks. All the powder's not going to be in the gun because we got to leave this amount of powder out of the gun to get movement built into the system to get to a click. With the grip trigger, we're putting all the powder in the gun every shot and just pressing tension, increasing the tension in the system till it clicks. Now, you know that on uphill shots with your limb on a clicker, you get to the click too soon every time. Basically, you're leaning back a little bit. And you know that with a limb on a clicker, downward shots, it's like really almost impossible to get to the click, right? So the advantage to a limb mounted clicker is it's draw length dependent. It's going to give you the shot at the same draw length every time. The disadvantage to a limb mounted clicker is that it's draw length dependent because up and downward shots become much more difficult to time your clicker. Because I know how to set up a holding position, replicate draw length.
That's the kid. That's the
absolutely my preference. But anyhow, it's a tremendous training tool and a tremendous tool to manage target panic also.
Yeah. Well, it's mid-May right now in Colorado, but there's no better time to work on my shot, I think, than
no. We got till September to dial
right now.
everything in.
Yeah. And if you're interested in finding out more, we'll have a link on the website in the description below. But right now, Tom's going to walk us through how to set this up on my new bow. So hang on tight while we change the cameras.